Hello YouTube, welcome to the garage. We're actually not at the garage today, we're out on a service call. But this deal is, this Toyota Camry, what year is this thing? 2007 Camry. And what it is a customer bought this car as it is, and wants me to go ahead and put it back together. The owner, the original owner, was doing some maintenance on it. I'm not sure how many miles are on it. I understand it's pretty low miles, but he was putting some new shocks and struts and rebuild the front end, and like every other project, a lot of times it gets pushed aside because it's just too busy, and then he ended up selling the car. So I was asked to put it back together, but I want to get it up to the shop because you get it on my lift. But right now obviously it can't be towed, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and put it back together just enough to get it on four wheels, and then they can pick it up with a rollback and take it to my shop. So this isn't going to be really anything really interesting, but I thought maybe bring you along because I'll make a video on going over it. I'm not sure exactly what all parts. There's a trunk full of parts back here. Bucket with all new parts, a bunch of new parts, new drive axles and brake rotors, and obviously struts and that kind of stuff. So my job is to right now get it back together enough to where it'll roll. It's just been kind of sitting here for a while. I'm not sure how long. There's various parts missing. So what I'm going to do is just try and put it back together enough, like I said, so they can come get it with the rollback and take it to my shop. So without any further ado, let's see what I can get figured out here. I had to bring a pad for my knees because I have a torn meniscus in each one of them, and I don't want to mess them up any more than I already have. Okay, so see what we have here. I'm going to try and get you in here where you can see what I'm doing and still kind of be out of the way. Alright, I think you can probably see there. Okay, so what do we got? I don't know where the bellows are for that. I'll have to try and find it. But this has obviously been sitting a while. It's all kind of rusty, so we'll see what happens. Let's see if I get this screwed back in there enough. I said, just want to get it to where you can kind of push it around, and I guess it runs, but I don't know if we can, but there's obviously a drive axle missing out of it, and I'm not gonna put it together enough to so we can drive it. We're just gonna push it. Let's see if I can't tighten that on there. Got my little inner tie rod end tool here. Alright, got that locked in place. Did I bring anything to turn it with? I did, but hang on, let me grab the ratchet. Be right back. I'm certain not snugging that down won't make any difference, to be perfectly honest with you now that I think about it. Just yep, didn't do a whole lot. So it just has to hold it together enough to get it to the shop. Alright. Okay. Got that back on. Okay, see, we can't put this tie rod end back on. I have the nut here that goes inside, but actually I think that's it, but we don't need that. Would have been nice to have it on there just to kind of get it close to where it should be so it'll roll easier, but I'm going to call that good enough. All right. That's just the way I want it. That worked out perfectly. What size is this? 17, 18? Okay. Got that off. Okay, let's get this off. We got the steering knuckle here. Let me move it back a little bit. Here you go. I'm going to put this back together. Okay, that'll work for that. Are you looking at what you're supposed to be looking at? I'm going to tip you down a little bit. Alright, so I'm just putting this nut on here. Okay, I'm going to try and move this caliper. I don't want to put it back on. Not necessarily. I just want to be out of the way of the wheels so they can turn. Well, maybe it'll stay right there. Might be able to put a piece of wire on there. I just want it to stay out of our way. Not necessarily fall off either. Well, that should keep it out of the way. Got the speed sensor there. Okay, that should be hooked on enough. I can't find the old strut, so I'm going to have to put one of the new struts on. Just temporarily, obviously. I'm sure you've seen struts. You know, just got to hook it up there. I'll put the 3 bolts through. I'm sure everybody's seen a strut being put on, so. Alright, that'll hold that. Again, like I said, we just got to get it to where it'll roll. Okay, we got the bolts here. Just trying to get this to line up. Alright, how far off am I? It's almost there. See if we can get the other one in. So just got to hold it. There we go. Get the nut on the other side. Alright. Now we gotta get this stuck in there. Can you see? Snug this up a little bit. I don't know where the old rotors are, so I'm going to have to put the new rotors on here so it's be spaced right so I can tighten the wheels up. That's good enough. I said just got to hold the wheels so you can sort of kind of steer it. Okay, I got the caliper out of the way. Got the steering hooked up. Like I said, I'm going to have to get the rotor put on there so I have the right spacing. Alright, so let's move over to the other side and see what's going on over there. Okay, got the inner tie rod end is still in there on this one. Got the strut still in there. Let me go get my pad to kneel on. Okay, I think I'm gonna get this other bolt put in the strut there. Maybe. Yeah, the ball joint on this side is not on, so actually, knowing that's true, I might want to separate this here. Oh, maybe I can push it hard down. I got a pry bar with me. Okay, just getting paranoid. Just want to make sure if I put this on there, I'd be able to get that lower control arm down far enough to get the ball joint put back together. Okay, and find the nut for the other side. That's not it. There we go. Okay, now we got the ball joint We got to get back in there. Again, I don't want to get too carried away. See if we can get you in here. Okay. All right. I'm going to find a nut for that. Well, that's not it. Let's try and get this thing figured out. Okay, yeah, this has got 2 nuts on it. It's also got a bolt. So if maybe I could put this ball joint on the knuckle first. Didn't mean to bump you there. Okay, I'm not sure if that'll work, but we'll give it a try. There we go. Wow. I'm not going to say anything yet until I get this bolt in here. Well, it was almost too easy. I'll have to tighten it up and get a socket. Alright, move you back over here. Get our tie rod in, screwed back on here. This stuff has been sitting for a long time. It's all rusty. There we go. Of course. I'll pause you for a second here. I'm going to go grab some pliers and stuff. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. It was a 17 millimeter that I tightened that bolt up into the ball joint there, and we'll see if I can hold this enough to get that on there a little ways. Doesn't that be perfect? These threads are really, really rusty, I'll tell you. I like to get it on so it's at least close to going forward. I guess it doesn't really have to be, but my ADHD kicks in and I gotta do something. But I think I'm gonna overrule my ADHD and yeah, it's just gotta roll up onto the rollback. And I can stab it in my garage and hopefully pick it up with the lift is the plan. That's the way I normally do it. Okay, let's see if we can find the nut that goes on there. You think? Yeah, that was it. Get a couple more turns on this. That's close enough there. Let me see. What can we do with this caliper? Well, that suits me as fussy as I am. Okay, well, the only thing I got left to do is I'm just going to throw the new rotors on here, put the wheels on it, knock it off the jack stands, and then call the rollback to come get it. So this will just be us getting the car over to the garage. So this will be part one. But part two will be getting it up on the lift and going through and replacing all the parts that need to be replaced and inspecting it, and see if it might need something else. But until then, do me a favor, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.